Okay, y'all, you've made it to the final unit. I hope you're feeling confident and good. So, just as a reminder, by now you should have submitted your introductions discussion board, which is graded. For Unit 1, you should have submitted a discussion board and 2 comments. For Unit 2, you should have submitted a discussion board, 2 comments, and an essay. And now we're embarking on our last unit, which is about race. Okay, so I'm in the lessons page. I'm going to click here. This week, we'll start our final unit, and once again, we are not shying away from controversy or original and unique thoughts. This time around, we're going to focus on race and how it functions within our society and creates different types of social identities. Now, I am under no illusion here that this is going to be an easy thing to talk about. Race and racism has dominated the news lately, and I want to encourage all of you. I want you to be really bold in the things that you're saying, but also make sure that you are specifically addressing ideas and not attacking people. So we want to strive to be as respectful as we possibly can in any type of debates that we have in discussion boards. You want to steer away from any type of name calling, patronizing, crude language, etc., etc. Okay. So the piece that you're going to read is from writer Ta-Nehisi Coates called Letter to My Son. It's a segment from his longer book titled Between the World and Me, which is a good read. So as you're reading through this article, I want you to realize that it's okay to disagree with what Coates is saying in his view of the world, but also remember that it's grounded in his experience. And just like what we've been learning throughout this course, is that our experiences are what shape our views and understandings of the world. Okay? So essentially what he's doing is he's talking to his son about different types of incidences of police brutality and what it means raising a black son in the world, or in America specifically today. Okay? So you'll also compose another essay very similar to Unit 2, but this time it's over George Tillman's film The Hate U Give, which is based off of a novel. Essentially, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to assess the argument that Tillman makes to the film, and you're going to respond to it with your own unique opinion. So make sure, just like last time, you thoroughly read through the assignment directions and rubric before you start. Contact me through Google Hangouts if you need help. Make sure that you have me as a contact with this email address. So there's a suggested timeline for you, your resources, Letter to My Son. There's 2 more crash course videos that I want you to watch to give you some more context about race, and specifically race in America. And then there's the film The Hate U Give by George Tillman Jr. Okay? So for the discussion board, it's the same type of things that we've been doing. I'm going to click Create Thread. And there you see it. In Ta-Nehisi Coates' article, Letter to My Son, he argues that race in America is blank. And once again, be specific here. Don't say bad or racist, right? Specifically, how is he characterizing this phenomenon of race in America, and how is he doing that? Because blank. He forms the basis of his point through blank. What's the key point of his argument? Saying blank. Give me a quote that supports it. And he also brings up blank. Give me another key quote that you found in your readings. In sum, these lines from Coates articulate his powerful conviction that blank. What is he arguing for? What's the key statement that he's making that you're picking up on? And how is he doing that? By blank. In my own opinion of his argument, I acknowledge that Coates' experiences of blank, so what does he talk about specifically in the article, and blank undergird his sense of blank. Okay? So once again, our environment, our experiences, these things are leading us into a particular interpretation of the world. I want you to seek through Ta-Nehisi Coates' experience of the world and try to decipher what is it that's led him to this opinion. And understand that that same thing is happening with you. Whatever opinions or ideas you have regarding race, your environment has contributed, your experiences have contributed to that opinion. I think our sense of race in America is shaped by blank. What do you think is shaping our understanding of race in America right now? I can primarily see this in my experiences through blank. Once again, be as specific as possible. You don't have to divulge every bit of racial history that you have, but be poignant here. Don't just say, my own experiences through racism. right? Can you be more specific? This helps me to understand that race and racism as it functions in America is what? What do you think race and racism is in America? What's your opinion? And that's a really broad way of asking it, but it lends to all sorts of different answers. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's specific to you. Because why? Once again, the minimum word count for this is 200 words. You can copy and paste that directly. The minimum word count for your 2 comments is 100 words, and that should be a minimum. I want to encourage you, as I've said a million times, specifics stimulate and generalities bore. Be specific with ideas and words that you are addressing with your peers. Quote them directly. That's going to help. And say why or why not you disagree with their ideas specifically. Okay? All right, now your essay, it won't take too long to go over because it's almost identical to the essay that you wrote from the last unit. So if you click on the directions and rubric, I'm going to open it up, and you're going to see it's almost the exact same thing. Directions: watch the hate you give. Think, what argument is the director George Tillman Jr. making through the film? What is your response to Tillman Jr.'s argument? Do you agree? Disagree? Would you qualify his argument? Why do you think this way? What in your own personal experience has led you to these positions? Now write. After exploring all of the assigned resources for the unit, compose a thesis statement that answers the following prompt. What does George Tillman Jr.'s The Hate U Give argue about the nature of, oh my gosh, race? Argue about the nature of race, not gender. That would make for an interesting paper. What does it argue about race? I'll make sure that I change that in your document. Okay, so compose 1,500, 2,000 word paper that explores the film and answers that prompt. Okay, and once again, look over those videos on the online learning resources, the past videos that I've sent throughout the week. I'll be sending out more videos this week to help you with it. So respond to the ideas and arguments of the text with your own ideas. Once again, make this your conclusion. That's a really great place to put it. Do you agree or disagree? Why or why not? You've got to use 3 quotes from the text, and you must use 3 outside sources from the TCC's databases, just like you did for the first essay. If you're confused about how to do that, online learning resources, look over the old videos, get in touch with me. Okay? Make sure your paper is in MLA format, and then it has a proper works cited page that should have at least 4 resources on it, right? So you'll have The Hate U Give, the film itself, and 3 outside resources, so 4 altogether. And then once you do that, you'll submit here, you'll click on this link, and you'll click Browse My Computer for wherever you saved it, and then you'll submit. And then you're done with class forever. You'll never see me again. Hopefully that's not true. But that's it. That's all you have, and then you will be finished with English 1302. Okay, so there's a lot of information very quickly. Once again, I'll be sending you kind of bite-sized lessons throughout the unit to help you out. Please let me know if you need any help at all, and I will be happy to accommodate you. All right, happy writing.